And welcome back to episode 2 of Return to Glory with St. Étienne. And as you can see, we are 7 games into the season, and we're actually doing really quite well. 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, 11 goals for, 6 goals against for a +5 differential, 13 points, only 4 points out of 4th place, 1 point behind Dijon. The transfer window has closed. I did play POW. I thought it would be better just to get through the transfer window and get everything taken care of there, and then we'll go play Bordeaux and who's after Bordeaux. We were really quite busy, a lot busier than I thought. At the end, I did talk about selling Giannis Larry and Jean-Philippe Crasso. On the ends, a lot of loan players to help us out. On the ends, more than a few players to come and help us out, all up top. Of course, I really didn't like the options I had. I mean, I have a couple really good options. Cafaro, but he's already here on loan. I have a young winger I really like, but I needed some solid players, and I believe I did that. Joe Gelhart comes to us from Leeds on loan. He is a striker. As you can see, good shooting, decent in the final third. I really like the 17th flare. Decent speed, okay strength, really good agility, 14 acceleration, 13 agility, 14 balance. His movement is also nice. For those of you whose eyes are twitching, we'll take a look at it here. As you can see, 5'9", 182 pounds, and he plays a really good pressing forward. That's the big reason I brought him in. We're paying 5,750 euros per week, no monthly payment. So we're paying about a fourth of his salary, which is really, really nice. Now they say preferred role is advanced forward. I'm kind of playing with fire by playing him as a pressing forward. Hopefully that's not going to go back and bite me. Some coaches get really upset when they're like, you're not playing him the role. Other coaches get really upset when you're playing him outside of position. I had a coach one time who was mad because I said I'd play him at wing back at the defensive left position. I was playing him as a wing back on the wing back left position. And he's like, you're playing him out of position. And it's like, not really, but okay, I see your point. It's not the strangest complaint I've heard when it comes to a player, to be honest with you. Alejandro Garnacho comes to us from Man United. A young winger who can play either side. Really fast, really pacey, not the strongest or most fit, but he has good composure, okay decision-making. Is off the ball, it's not too bad. His vision and work rate could use some help, so could his crossing, but he's 18 years old. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what it is with loan players in FM23 this season. I kid you not. I went after maybe about 10 or 12 loan players, and every time I said, hey, I want to bring this player in on loan, and they say we have him listed for loan because he needs first-team playing time. It's like, oh, we want $185,000 a month if he plays and $350,000 a month if he doesn't play. And oh yeah, by the way, pay 100% of his salary. That's like, are you kidding me? This kid's This kid's 1.5 stars. If he was 3-star, current 5-star potential, and I had the money, I might consider paying some of that, but not all of that. Garnacho we got on an absolute free. We're not paying anything for him, which is great. And then Salif Sane comes in on a free. I needed some help on, we'll talk about a couple others here too, because Victor Alvarez I brought in. Let me get to Victor Alvarez first. I needed some depth at defensive left back. I did talk about him because he's, it's the important match thing that sticks out to me. I talked about him last episode. Salif Sane, older defensive center back, has a little bit of an injury history, but I'm not too worried about that because he's here as squad depth more than anything else. 31 years old. 32. That must have just happened. Yeah, it just happened. 32 years old. Physically, he's got good balance, great jumping reach, great strength. He's not the fastest anymore, but his mentals more than make up for it, I think. He's got great heading. He's got good marking, good tackling. He's a 3.5-star central defender. And like I said, he's going to be part of the rotation. I am not worried about that by any stretch of the imagination. I would be worried if I had to rely on him starting 2 years from now as a 34-year-old. It's almost a given that his endurance and his speed are going to start falling off this year, especially with his natural fitness being at 8. But I needed some squad depth. He's here. One of the other reasons I liked him was because he is, in a pinch, can play defensive right back or defensive left back. He's an okay defensive mid, and he's competent in the midfield position. So, 2 million in, 20.5 million out. What's that gotten us so far? A 4th place finish. We're doing really, really well there. We drew at Dijon. We beat Nimes 3-1. Gerard Nebresa goals, Sau goal. We'll look at this here. 71% possession, 19 shots, 6 on target. Against Kelly Rouen, We beat them 1-0, 66% possession, 16 shots, 7 on target. Cafaro, a very nice goal against Lahaver. I always have a hard time pronouncing that. I don't know why. 15 shots, 8 on target, 62% possession. Silva a goal, Mufek a goal, and that's after, well, Silva got the goal on the rebound from a missed penalty. He hit the crossbar and it came right back to him and he put it in. Against Valenciennes, 15 shots, 6 on target, 70% possession. Gelhardt a goal, Lobre a goal. And then Bastia, who are near the bottom of the table, beat us 1-0. I don't know what happened here. Well, I know what happened here. We just couldn't hit the target. 15 shots, 2 on target. Even though we had 68% possession, they had 12 and 9. They were just that much more clinical in front of the goal. When they had the ball, they did more with it than we did. Briancan got sent off in the 90th minute. That was really annoying. And then against Pau, we got back to our winning ways with a 1-0 victory. We had 24 shots, 7 on target, 65% possession. Lobre, a 6-minute goal, and then everyone else did a really decent job, except Cafaro. He's been really kind of up and down. I'm not quite sure why. Today, we're going to play Bordeaux, and then we're going to play Guingamp. Bordeaux is currently tied with us for 4th place. So is Sochaux. Say that 5 times fast. I dare you. So if we beat them today, then we're doing ourselves a world of good. We'll go ahead. Paris up into 2nd place. For the moment, Giron and Lobre lead us with goals. Mufek has a 7.57 rating. Cafaro has 3 assists. So when he's been really good, he's been really good. I mean, as trite as it is to say that, you know, when he's on, he's on. When he's not, you kind of notice. Mufek, 2 players in the match. Briancan and Mufek each have 4 yellow cards. Briancan 1 red. In our 7 matches played, our 11 goals are 4th best. Our 6 goals allowed are 6th best. We're the worst in yellow cards. I don't know what the heck is going on here. I know I've mentioned this in other series before. It doesn't matter what team I play, no matter how good they are or how bad they are. They always turn to yellow card machines. And it's like, I don't have tackle harder on or anything like that. It's just, for whatever reason, the game must have some subroutine that says, oh, FM Jellicoe is playing. Turn on the yellow, you know, up the yellow card percentage rate to X. Plus 10% or something like that. So one of the things I did want to go over this episode was how I do scouting, especially for FM23. It's different than FM22, which was different than 21 and so on and so forth. So we're going to take a look at that here. What I do with my recruitment team, once I get everybody in, is I will go through and I will give the scouts a nickname. And that nickname is essentially their ability, their potential, and the major countries that they are really good at scouting in. So as an example, Kotov has a 15 current ability, 15 potential ability, and he's really good at the Ukraine, the Brazil, Uruguay, and Peru. Now, you do have a character limit, so sometimes you have to take out their first name and, you know, just leave an initial. But this comes in handy, especially for this iteration of scouting. Scouting is just different enough here to really drive a person up a wall. And so what I do, what I've been doing is we're going to create a recruitment focus. I put myself in charge of scouting because I like scouting. I really enjoy it. Going out and finding the new gens that are hidden and getting them in ahead of time is just, it's really fun. I really enjoy that. So we have a worldwide package. We definitely have the money for it. We're a little bit over on payroll, although I think I can fix this now. What am I at? 194. I need to go to, you know, negative 4,000 in the red is a lot better than 8,000 in the red. I'm okay with that. So we're going to create a focus. Now, what I do is I'm not looking for specific guys that fit my formation exactly. So just unclick this, click any, all the positions will pop up, any position from the tactic. Now, what I do is what I'm calling a mini region sort of thing. I don't want to scout the entire region because the entire region can be pretty freaking big. I mean, especially if you're talking like countries like West Africa or East Africa, where you can have 15 countries in a little area, and some of them just aren't that good. Now, at this point, if you've been playing FM for a while, you know which countries are the best to scout in terms of recruitment, and we're going a bit more youth-oriented this time around. So I'm going to start out at a half-star current ability. We're going to kick it up to 3-star ability, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I want to scout Brazil. Or, no, we're going to call it South America. We're going to call it South America South. We're going to look for transfer and loan players. We're 1.5 star current ability, half star current ability, 3-star potential ability. The age is going to be 15 to 30 areas. And then we're going to here, we're going to choose area. We're going to go to nation. We're going to select South America. We're going to select Uruguay. And we are going to select Brazil. And then we are going to select Paraguay. Confirm. Now we go here to assign scout. Click any. We unclick this. Now, in looking at this, I know which scout I want there. And in this case, it's going to be Alexander Kotoff because he is Brazil, Uruguay, and Peru. But he's 15 potential, 15 current ability, 13 adaptability. And I think if I hold over this, his determination's 10. That's not bad, but it's not horrible. That means when he goes into Paraguay, even though he has no knowledge of that country, he's going to be able to pick it up faster. If he had a lower adaptability and lower determination, he wouldn't pick it up at all. If he had a higher adaptability and a higher determination, he'd pick it up quicker. But in this case, he has 2 out of the 3 countries I'm looking for. So we are going to select Alexander Kotoff, and we're just going to leave the assigned analyst to any. I don't have enough analysts to cover that, so they're just going to split the responsibility. The computer's going to split the responsibility between them. So we hit confirm. There's my South America South. What I want to do is go back here real quick. Spain, France, Spain, France, Spain. This is not exactly an unfortunate side effect, but because I'm starting out, it's a new season, and I really didn't have a lot of money to let a lot of people go. I've got a bunch of guys who are France, Spain, France, Spain, France, Spain. So what we're looking for is guys who have a good ability, good adaptability, and good determination. He's not the best. Étienne's not the best. He's not the best. So probably amongst those is going to be, well, he's going to be my West Africa guy. So 15 and 8. That's going to be Jeannot. So we are going to go back here. And then we're going to create another recruitment focus. We're going to switch this to any. And this one here, I'm going to call Iberia, if I spell it correctly. Transfer and loan, half-star current ability, 3-star potential ability, change the age from 15 to 30. Areas, we're going to go Portugal. And we're going to go Spain. Spain. There it is. Firm. Okay, and then it was going to be, what was it? Say Gaetan? Yeah, we'll select Gaetan. That. Firm. There we go. So I got a South America South and Iberia. So I got a couple more I want to create. When I get those done, we'll come back. We'll take a look at those, and we'll go to the game. Now, the other thing I do is I have my chief scout scouting the next opposition. That's because he's usually the one who knows France the best. Although I have 4 scouts that know France the best. He's the chief scout. I really don't want him traveling all that much. What I do end up with is, if we go to scouting assignments, is something that looks like this. And for a scouting department our size, this is actually what I would consider fairly decent. Now, one of the things that I believe is new to FM23 this year is that the number of scouts you have isn't just determined by what level of football you're at. It's also how big your scouting package is. I believe if I was to drop this down to surrounding divisions, I would lose a couple of scouts. But this being the first season I'm here, my scouting department's going to be kind of small. Next year, I'm hoping to get at least 1 or 2 scouts. I'll ask the board, and what I would do is look for scouts that know areas that you don't really well. So for me, that would be a scout who knows Argentina, Chile, Bolivia, and that, and then a scout that knows Scandinavia. If you're interested in kind of the Middle East, a scout that knows Iran, Egypt, Turkey, even though Turkey's Europe, Asia. Good grief, the geography in me just dies a little bit every time I do one of these. But I'll have a scouting region I will call Bosporus, and it will be Turkey, Greece, and Romania. I'll have a region I'll call Scandinavia, and it will be Norway, Sweden, Finland. I'll have an East African scouting, hopefully a North African scouting, and then an Asian scouting. Usually I'll try and get a scout in Korea or Japan to hit Korea and Japan, and then I usually leave one scout unemployed. In this case, it's going to be Janot. He's going to be the guy that's going to go out. Like, you know, if I get an agent referral or something pops up that, hey, here's this youngster in Morocco, Janot's going. He's going to get a lot of frequent flyer miles. So gradually, as the scouting department expands, you want to expand your reach, of course. Right now, we've got Western Europe, we've got Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Senegal, and then we've got Brazil, Uruguay, and Paraguay. And that, for the size of the scouting department we have, is really, really good. I mean, there's going to be a lot of quality players in those regions. And as we grow, we're going to be able to expand that out. One of the other tools we're going to help to get us ahead of the curve is going to be screen flow. I'm going to show you that next episode because I have to rest my wrist beforehand. If I try doing it this episode, I'm going to get carpal tunnel. So we've got Bordeaux coming up. We will be back with that match in just a bit. Well, I think we have a solid starting 11 today. We have Green in goal, Sao and Briancon as the defensive backs. Alvarez and Palencia are the wing backs. Mufek is the defensive mid behind Lobre and Monconduit. Cafaro and Garnacho are the attacking mids. Abi is up top at striker because Gelhardt is out with blisters. And this is going to be a really good test for the rest of the season and how well we do. Hopefully the issues I was having with OBS yesterday are no longer in play, but we shall see. This is a really quiet first half. We have not had any attempts on goal whatsoever. They've had 4 shots, 1 on target. We finally got 2, and it is halftime. That is really, really annoying. What we're going to do is go on the attack. Gregerson. Ellis. Maja off Green's hand and in for the goal. That was annoying. And it's raining. Hopefully, I think OBS stuttered a little bit when that started. Hopefully it's not going to be a continuing thing. Man, we had a good week of training. And then I get rewarded with this. We're going to bring Palencia off and bring on Ivan. Alvarez is going to come off. We're going to bring on Silva. Save our last substitution opportunity here. Out with the guys, demand a little bit more, do a football, come on, something, anything. Get me 1 on target, guys. 1 on target. We're very attacking in the last 10 minutes. Holy freaking cow. What an absolute stinker of a game. It was, what, all of 1 highlight? Jeez. Well, I was thinking the game would go longer and we'd call this an episode, but that was disappointing. I think we are going to call this an episode, though. This is going to be a little bit longer. We talked about the scouting and things like that. Not what I was looking for. We dropped down to 8th place on 13 points. Bordeaux is up in 4th with 16. That is absolutely annoying. Save the game here real quick. Not the best episode from a game point of view, but from a content point of view, I'd be interested in your feedback on what you think of my scouting. Am I underdoing it? Am I overdoing it? Am I being too specific? I think FM23 is going to present a different set of challenges this year when it comes to scouting. Next episode, we're going to take a look at screen flow. It's one of the underused tools that can help you get ahead in scouting, especially when you're a lower league squad. Like I said, I need to prepare for it, though, because setting it up is an absolute pain, and I don't want to end up with carpal tunnel before I have to. But yeah, our game performance absolutely stunk. We had a really good week of practice, too. Gelhardt was the only one who was really injured. That was blisters, which you can't really blame him for. I can blame the shoe provider for. But, yeah, that was just not a good game by any stretch of the imagination. What a highlight. Are you kidding me? But that is just annoying. I can't say that often enough. Annoying, annoying, annoying. Well, I can, because even saying that often enough gets annoying, for lack of a better word. That said, if you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments. Leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM23. I thank you very much for watching.